Welcome to Legit Whiskey Reviews. My name is Javier, and on today's episode we'll be reviewing Wild Turkey 101. This one comes out of Wild Turkey Distillery. It's 101 proof, 50.1% alcohol. And Wild Turkey Distillery makes Russell's Reserve 10-year, Russell's Reserve single barrel. They make Wild Turkey Rare Breed and plenty of other products. But this one here is 73% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley. Let's pour it in the glass and see what we get. So Wild Turkey 101 in my area goes for $21.99. Typically it can go for under 20. Some in other areas it can go over $21, but typically it stays around the $20 mark, so it's a good value. Let's go to the nose and see what we get. So the first thing that hits me on this is the cinnamon. It's pronounced, like well pronounced. So you get the cinnamon, you get the toffee, vanilla, and then towards the back end you get the spice, and that's probably from the 13% rye. It's a higher rye mash bill. It's not a rye whiskey. For it to be a rye whiskey, it has to be at least 51% rye. But you get the citrus and the spice towards the back of the nose. But it smells really good. Alright, let's go to the palate. So on the palate, there's certain whiskeys that the same thing you get on the nose, you'll definitely get it on the palate, and this is one of them. So the first thing that hits you is sweetness up front. You get the vanilla, you get the cinnamon. The cinnamon is the first thing that hits you. You get the toffee, and then on the sides of the tongue you start feeling the pepper. You start feeling like a peppery note, the tingling on the sides of the tongue, and then towards the back you start feeling the spice. Let's get into the taste. So yeah, this one stays consistent. You get more of the same. You get the sweetness up front, you get light fruits, you get the cinnamon, definitely cinnamon, you get vanilla, and then you start feeling the pepper and the spice towards the back. And then towards the end of the palate you start feeling the spice, and you start feeling the heat. You start feeling that Kentucky hug. Alright, so let's pour some water on this. I like to drink my whiskeys neat. I don't like to pour any water on it, but it enhances the whiskey. Certain ones, I don't. For my personal opinion, I don't think most of them benefit from the water, but let's just try it. We'll give it about 3 drops. That's 3 drops. Let it sit for a little bit. This one has a nice amber color on it, by the way. So about a medium amber. This whiskey here is aged about 6 years, so it has that translates to the color and has a good age on it. So on the nose, you definitely get more of the cinnamon. You get more of the sweet notes on it. A lot of the light fruits come forward. The spice and the alcohol died down a little bit from the water. So it changed it a little bit, but let's go to the palate and see if it changes it for the better. So I don't think it enhanced the palate, and I don't think it enhanced the whiskey. If anything, I feel like it is sweeter, but I think this whiskey without the water is definitely well balanced. So you get the sweetness up front, and then the spice and the wood from the age, and then the heat from the proof in the back. And when you add the water, all of that dies down, and you pretty much just get the sweetness. But let me try it again. Yeah, I personally, I wouldn't add any water for my personal preference. I feel like it diminishes the whiskey, the taste. So yeah, I wouldn't add any water to this. Overall, I usually grade my whiskeys from 0 to 100. I'm gonna give this one an 86. It's a solid whiskey. I would recommend it to any novice whiskey drinkers, people, whiskey for beginners. This is on my list. And later on my channel, I'll be reviewing my best whiskeys for $25 and under. And this one is definitely gonna make the list. It's a solid whiskey. It's well balanced for the taste, the proof, the value, the price. It doesn't get any better than this. If you like my channel and you like the content that I provide, just hit the like button. Remember to subscribe and keep it legit. And we'll see you on the next one.